Hello everyone and welcome to another video going over the announcements made in today's stream. Now they made a lot of announcements about changes they're going to make to Freddy, but before I get into that I just want to say something important that they announced on stream, and that is bans are rolling out. They're going to start rolling out the bans for people who are serial DCers. And so these are people that DC for more than half their games. They said they have been keeping track for the past 2 months. And so if you have a crazy amount of DCs, you're going to get a 48-hour ban. And everyone else who is just a serial DCer is just going to get a soft ban, which I think is a day, but I'm not completely sure on that. So be ready for those. They said that those players won't be playing this weekend, so I'm guessing it's coming out tomorrow or sometime. I don't know, but they are finally rolling out the punishments. They also have updated their agreement with EAC, so those bans are going to be rolling out soon as well for people who are hacking the game. They will also be banning people for extremely excessive threats, and they said that any extreme and excessive threat is going to be a permanent ban. Then to address the question of how to report these people, well, they are going to be implementing quite soon a better reporting system that will send reports to the mods instead of you having to contact a mod over Discord or Steam. So hopefully this will be a better reporting system that gets more results. And they also wanted to say that do not spam their customer support with emails if you have an issue. All you need to do is send one email, because when you send multiple emails, that is more time that they have to do, because they have to categorize all your emails into one folder. And so that's just time that is taken out from helping other people. So if you have an issue, just send one email. Do not spam them. It just makes more work for them, and it makes them slow down on helping people fix their problems. Everyone, you better start getting as many of those Halloween exclusive flashlights and medkits as you can, because the devs hinted that the Halloween event is going to end officially next week when the new patch drops. Alright, so let's get to the exciting stuff now about Freddy and his rebalance. So Freddy was released last week, of course, and over the course of this week, the devs have been monitoring the statistics and seeing how Freddy was played throughout games, how survivors did against him, how well Freddy did. And what they found is that in the low ranks, Freddy did really well. He had a very high kill rate in low ranks, and it was really hard for anyone to survive against him. But in high rank play, he became more balanced out. More survivors were escaping from him than in the lower ranks. So they are going to start balancing him, and this patch is going to be coming next week with these potential changes. I say potential because these are not set in stone. These are just what they are testing currently, and they are most likely going to be implemented next week, but they might not all be implemented. First up, they are going to make it so Freddy's lullaby will have a larger range. They did not say how much they are increasing the hearing distance of the lullaby, but they did say that they are increasing it so that you have more of a warning of Freddy's approach. Another thing they have changed or are working with is that right now Freddy can see anyone in the dream state wherever you are. In order to help out survivors and give them more of a chance of escaping Freddy, you now will have 10 seconds before Freddy will be able to see you once you break chase. So these are the requirements for it. If you're out of Freddy's terror radius, there will be a 10-second delay before he can see you. So you have 10 seconds to find someone to wake you up, or to heal, or to find a safe area to kite him around in. Another change that is coming is that they found that Freddy's are really, really good at slugging survivors. So, in order to balance out how powerful slugging is on Freddy, they are making it so when you heal a slug from the dying state to up back on their feet, they will automatically awaken from the dream state. So this means that Freddy will no longer be able to see the location of that slug, and also he would have to dream you before he can hit you again. So this will decrease Freddy's ability to slug as well as he can right now. And this also means that if you run up to someone who is slugged and they are in the dream state, there will be no option to wake them up. All you have to do is heal them, and once they're up, they automatically escape the dream world. They did say that it is unknown at this point if Unbreakable will work against this or not. We will find out next week. Then in the dream transition state, so this is after Freddy hits you with his power, during those 7 seconds, Freddy's image will actually flicker, basically. You'll see him, and then he'll disappear, and then you'll see him. So this will give Freddy's more of a mind gaming aspect to them, because they will actually be able to hide themselves from view more effectively than they can now. Talking about his power, they are going to increase how he gets slowed when he uses his power. So when Freddy is like charging his power, his movement speed is decreased, but as soon as he stops kind of charging it, his movement speed resumes to his normal speed. They are going to make it so that the more Freddy uses his power, I guess in succession, this is how I understood it anyways, the more he uses his power in succession, he'll be slower. So it will take him more time to recover back to the normal movement speed after putting, let's say, 2 to 3 survivors in the dream state. And they are finally going to add a UI element to the player status to tell if a survivor is sleeping or not, similar to the Doctor's Insanity. So this will help a ton, because I know when I'm in the dream state, and it is impossible to tell really if someone else is in the dream state because everyone looks normal when you're in the dream state. But if you're out of the dream state, it is super easy to tell if someone is sleeping or not. So this is a much needed change to be able to tell if your teammates are dreaming or not, because it's kind of like there's so many of these awkward moments I've had where there's someone working on a gen and I run up to them and I start like gesturing, come over here, and then they look at me and then we just stand there looking at each other, and it's like, oh, I guess you're in the dream state, and then we go on the generator. So it will cut down on those weird moments. And probably an exciting change is that adrenaline will wake up survivors when it activates now. So this is actually a pretty interesting change because it will counter Freddy's perk, and it could make for some pretty exciting plays, I imagine. And that covers all of the changes made specifically to Freddy. They are going to change his one teachable perk, Remember Me. So what they said on the stream is that they feel like Remember Me has no negative side to it. And with obsession perks, they like to have a positive and negative. So they are going to add this little bit to it. And that is, if you kill your obsession, then half your tokens will be taken away. So at rank 3, Remember Me, you can get up to 6 tokens. And if you kill your obsession, that means you'll only have 3. So this makes me think that a lot of people are going to start slugging their obsession, so that way they can keep their 6 tokens and not risk having that person try to open the exit gate. And then some changes they suggested for the future that's going to happen is they are going to rework how the terror radius of killers works to make for more interesting chases, but they didn't really say anything about how this rework would be, so guess we'll find out later. And then they're also saying that stealth points will be implemented in the badge update. So this is for stealth gameplay where a killer is searching an area and you're in that area. and you manage to hide or not get spotted, and then the killer leaves. Stealth gameplay. So next up, we just have a bunch of graphs that they started showing us in data. So this first graph is pretty simple. It was the percent of matches played against Freddy. As you can see, when he was released, there was a spike, and then as time went on, it went down as people returned to their mains or people stopped playing killer. Pretty standard. This always happens when a killer is released, so I'm not sure why they showed this, but oh well, I guess. This next graph is the probability of escaping against Freddy, and as you can see, the lower ranks got completely destroyed by Freddy. Their probability of escape was less than 30%. Really, really low. But then as you can see, as it gets towards the higher rank, it starts to normalize to basically the average escape rate of a survivor against a killer. And then we have our probability of escaping against Freddy again, but compared to all of the other killers. So you can see here they list all the killers in different colors, and as you can see, his had the lowest probability of escape in the low ranks, but then as you get to the high ranks, it was not as bad. You can see Hillbilly you have less of a chance of escaping against a Hillbilly than you did a Freddy, but still quite low. You can see like Freddy's chance of escape was pretty close to most of the other killers out there. And this last graph here is just the average number of survivor disconnections per match based on the killer. And surprisingly, apparently a lot of people DC'd against Freddy, which is interesting because I was playing all weekend and I don't think anyone DC'd too much in my games. I don't remember anything significant, only like once or twice did it happen. So yeah, there's some interesting bars for you, I guess. Next up, we have the general issues they said. So they're rolling in a fix for loss of progress on all platforms, and then partial fix for save game errors. They're investigating some current bugs in the game, such as the one gate on Azeroth's resting place, which is a major bug because I got 2 games when there was only one gate on Azeroth, and it was not fun at all. But I did get a few games with Azeroths where there were 2 exit gates. So it's not 100% you only get 1 gate, but you can get 1 gate, and when you do, it really sucks. So hopefully they fix that super soon. And then they just have like other stuff they're working on. After that, we have the roadmap. What's next? So the very next patch, which is probably going to be next week, is the balance update on Freddy. After that, they plan on doing the Wraith Cube. Then they're going to do the badges update, point system update, so we'll get the stealth gameplay points and all that. And then they're going to do Bloodweb and UI improvements. Now, it's important to say that the order of this is not like completely set in stone. It's just a soft plan on what's coming up. And then our next thing is some PC bugs they have. So the loss of progress again. Apparently there's a bug with We're Gonna Live Forever where it doesn't always give you the points. There's a bug right now where if you save someone off a hook, I'm not sure exactly how it happens, but you can save someone off a hook and then they'll fall through the world and die, which is kind of weird. And then they're investigating stack palette issues, pretty standard, just bug stuff. And then for our console players out there, we have a fix for rank reset. They're looking into FPS, some sounds and stuff. It's all here. You can, as you can see, it's all here. And that covers all the big topics they discussed in the stream today. I won't go over the Q&A now, But if you guys want for future videos for me to include the Q&A part of the stream into these review videos, I will. Additionally, I will post a link in the description below to my Discord, and in my Discord channel, I will regularly post basically summaries of the dev streams. So if you don't want to wait for a video to come out and you want to know right away what went on in the stream, I keep that updated as fast as possible. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, good luck out there in the fog, and see you next time.